no bearish signs on the S&P 500. So I guess, anyway, I'm just going to make sure that I'm live, okay? Going to say hello to the community right away. Make sure to smash up that like button, guys. And yeah, I'm just going to go through the comment section right away here as soon as I'm live. I think I'm just live right now. So how is everyone doing? I can see Mark Dutch already in the comment section. I can see Lauren, Emmanuel, Shaf. I got some of my members here in the comment section. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing fantastic, having a great holidays, great Christmas or great holidays. All right, and we're going to analyze the situation on Bitcoin here because we're getting a massive bounce right now. I did close my position around about these levels where we're currently trading right now on Bitcoin. And hang on a second. Let me just get this chart over here on Bitcoin and put it right over there. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. We can take a look at Ethereum. We're currently just about to trade at $48,000. This is where I currently closed my position that I had open for over a week. Okay, that I opened around about these levels, and I just closed a few hours ago. Okay, just at around about $48,000, a very small profit. Now, one of the reasons why I closed is because we did lose a pretty strong level, okay? And hang on a second, guys. I'm just going to go to this other chart. And we're going to go through Bitcoin, the daily, and see the potential situation here in the midterm. I think we could see a little bit of more price action to the downside to retest the lows here. We're just having a little bit of a relief rally right now. We did lose an important level. For me, this was a pretty important level. This was just around about that 49.5k levels right over there where we did create this M pattern. All right, I did not like this price action already. You know the deal. We usually say on the live streams or on the videos that we are, potentially getting a bounce at the first time. But if you do not manage to break the highs here, or you create a lower high, if you create a double top basically, or you create a lower high, you don't want to enter on the second bounce. Now, I was already in a position, okay? So basically, we talked about this first bounce, but not the second one. So a little bit of volatility here was expected. I did not like this breakout. There was pretty high volume. Yeah, basically right now, as soon as we recover in the next coming hours, we could get heavily rejected at this zone, okay? I do not like this price action. We've gone well below the 62% Fibonacci retracement, as you can see here, just slightly going to the 78%. I do not like this price action already, and I can see us coming down to some lower levels before we start seeing any pumpy action, guys. And one of the reasons why is because I know I get pretty annoyed by seeing a lot of people coming extremely bullish. It's absolutely insane. And this it's usually when people come extremely bullish so fast, you do see these kind of drops. And I'm just analyzing the situation here for myself, my own analysis. And I can see a potential scenario right over here where we are going to retest. Now, I am a strong believer after this kind of price action that maybe in the next coming days we could hit below $45,000. All right, have a little bit of volatility to the downside before we start seeing any action to the upside. So anyway, that's my take. Currently, we are trading at $48,000. Now, who knows? We might actually bounce from these levels. I will be pissed off with myself for closing my position. I did close it at a small profit, and because of this situation, right? Because I do think that we might see some slightly lower levels, and there might be a better entry. Now, why do I think we're going to go higher? One of the basic reasons here, looking at the TA, is that we did break this resistance. All right, we have gone sideways here, so it does make sense that we are going to start potentially a major trend. I'm not sure if it's going to start right now. It's going to start in the next week or two. But if we do get a nice bounce and get above this level over here, it's going to be looking pretty good. We might be, to become extremely bullish, we would have to break the $52,000, $53,000 area very nicely with hard volume. But we want to try and get in at the lowest levels, right? My trade here was at 46.5. You know, great entry with this price action, but I do see this potential volatility happening. So it's in the cards, in my opinion, that we do retest the low 40k levels. This could be 42, 43. I am planning to actually, enter some long positions at that range. I think there's going to be a lot of fake out areas around this level. A lot of fake out movements, something similar to what happened here back in June and July. So before we actually start seeing the price running up, and this sideways consolidation is absolutely great. I love this sideways consolidation. It is good to come down and retest this range, and because when it goes, and it will go pretty fast. This only took, just a few weeks to have an excellent rally from 30,000 all the way up to almost 50,000 in just a few weeks. Okay, so I think that price action is going to happen in January. Okay, at some point. So between this week, next week, I think potential still volatility before we start seeing any movements. So that is my take right now. After this drop, okay, I see a dead cat bounce scenario playing out right now, and then coming to retest lower levels. So yeah, guys, only 100 people right now. Let's make sure to smash up the like button for the algorithm. Wow, not too much people joining the live stream today. Only 100. Anyway, yo, Emmanuel, how are you doing? All our crypto legends, how are you doing? Mark Dutch, thanks for joining the live stream. Very, very quiet today. I think, a lot of people still on holidays also, and not paying too much attention on the cryptocurrencies these days. Smashed, hit that like. Thank you, guys. BTC pumping, weirdly, what the F is going on? It is just a relief rally. We've got some altcoins, guys, that we want to talk about, okay? And these are relatively new projects, okay? And these are the ones that you need to pay most close attention to, okay? Yeah, if you're an old subscriber, I do. BTC is pumping basically because it has been dropping, okay? This is just a little bit of a relief rally. We could have a little bit of a cascaded fall, but we are getting stopped at this level. And guys, what I want to talk about today is some altcoins also. I have some old projects, okay, that they have been developing. They're very slow, such as FSN, Chainlink. I'm a long-term holder for Chainlink. We're not going to talk about Chainlink because I talk about Chainlink a lot. And also Dragon Chain. They're really old projects and from before 2017. And I want to talk about some potential big opportunities. And one of them is Metis DAO, which is actually pumping right now very hard. I did take some profits on Metis because Metis has just gone absolutely crazy, but I do see this one growing much more, okay? We're looking at layer 1 blockchains and layer 2s. Metis is a layer 2. Rose is a layer 1, okay? And this one has only 1 billion market capitalization, guys. This is an insane great opportunity. I do see this one going to 5-6 billion, so there is a potential 4-5x on this one easily. This one will be going to a couple of dollars, but I don't know when, okay? It's an insane layer 1 project, and layer 1s and layer 2s are going to be, exploding, I guess, in first quarter of 2022. One other really interesting project is Saito, guys. Saito is absolutely insane. Looking at the chart right now, I've been through the project, through the team. They're really, really active. And this one is just starting to pick up, okay? This one reminds me very much of Metis from last week, where it was starting to have this bottom formation and starting to see some steam here on Saito. This is an insane layer 1 blockchain project, also very low market capitalization. If we just take a look here, on CoinGecko, it is important, guys, to know a couple of good projects, guys, that I do believe so that are going to do very, very well, okay? No promotions, no nothing. It's just my personal investment here. Saito hasn't been going on for much, okay? It was launched here in April. The token was launched on April. Same with Metis DAO. But I have some old projects such as Dragon Chain, Chainlink, that I am a strong believer, long-term holder on these ones. I don't pay much to attention in the immediate short term, but if we are looking for pretty good gains, I think layer 1s, new layer 1s and layer 2s. So Oasis, which is Rose, okay? Oasis Network. This one was sitting at about 700 to 800 million just a few days ago. It's had an excellent recovery right now for the last week or so. It was trading at the low 25 cent level, currently trading at 40 cents right now. And this one has only 1.3 billion in market capitalization. This one is overtaking. It was well below 100 here on CoinGecko, on the top 100. And it's just gonna have. It's just gonna. Right now. Hang on a second, guys. I'm trying to. Yeah. Right now is at 97 or 98 here on CoinGecko on the ranking 96. This one was at about 140 or 150 just last week. And I think it's just going to start overtaking in January. We're going to see this one at least in the top 50, in my opinion, Oasis Network. So, a lot of people ask me also, what good opportunities are they out there? Waves is a great project. It's an old one, but it's, we want to see these new ones that are going to have pretty good speculation, and they are delivering, such as Oasis Network, great layer 1 project. Also Saito, Metis-DAO layer 2 is also going to do very, very well, and we've seen Metis-DAO do over a 3x in just about over a week or so, right? We were trading at about the low $50 range. This was on the 15th of December, so just in a matter of a couple of weeks, this has done over 3x. Now I do hope that we do have some correction, because I want to add to my position with my profits, but anyway, I'll analyze that myself later on. So Saito, also a very good one in my opinion. A lot of people are asking me for good projects. Then we can do technical analysis on these different ones. We can see Saito here having a pretty nice correction, and I love this nice round formation that we are forming right now here on Saito, and they are going to deliver great layer 1 project. Anyway, enough of that. Just telling you some pretty nice opportunities. Oasis protocol is also one. It would be nice to get here some in this correction at the low 20 cent level. Currently just a few cents away from all-time high. So anyway, analyzing the situation with Bitcoin. Market manipulation, says the no side. Yes, of course it is market manipulation. I think they are trying, the big players, the whales, are going to try and push the price down in the next coming days. I think it's tax purposes, okay, for the end of the year. And I only think we are going to see some wicks here to the downside. Just a little bit of price action here. We are currently holding very nicely, looking at the daily, this trend line with these higher lows. This is looking at the daily, okay? We got this consolidation right here. The first retracement that we had back from the pump that we had in July, August. And basically we're having this formation where we are creating these higher lows right there. Okay, we are getting supported nicely. Now this is one of the only reasons I think that we're not going to dip much lower than 45k, because we will finally get supported from these higher lows. So yeah, I'm really planning to enter. I'm not looking for short positions right now. Definitely not looking for short positions after this major drop. I'm looking for that bounce, okay? But I just want to try and get into a very good level, buying, okay, a very good level here. So I think it's almost inevitable that kind of bounce, this kind of price action, I just see this printing on the chart. I do not know, it's just very likely after this drop and this sideways action to have some kind of recovery first week or 2nd of January, right? It just looks like it just has to happen by looking at the chart. Now, obviously, I would prefer a consolidation here and continue to the upside, but it's also in the cards that we see some, a major correction also, because we do have insane levels on the VPVR right there, where we are going to get massively resistance, and this is that $58,000 that we were talking about, in the last couple of videos. These are the biggest solid support and resistance levels, and you can see this is why we are trading and going sideways right at this level, because of this amount of volume profile. It's currently where we are trading in between 45 and 50k levels. This is why we're having that volatility around that range. So yeah, let me just go through the comment section, say hello. Of course it's manipulated. Yeah, of course, yeah, it's all most of the markets are manipulated. Ones are easier, ones are harder. It's very easy for Bitcoin and crypto. They are eating leverage trades for lunch. Well, yeah, exactly. This is the thing, but you can short also. You can also short. I did not like this kind of price action because this was just almost an inevitable drop right over here, because what you have waves, right? And it's very, very likely that the kind of fifth wave or seventh wave, all right, if you're not a strong believer of Elliott wave theory, you know that you have these waves right over here with these corrections. And usually that fifth wave is the one that gets exhausted or has a massive breakout or just creates a double top. And when I saw this price action, I was already not feeling too good about it with this double top and this massive rejection at the top of this descending wedge, which was the target, right, of this of the descending wedge. It was also a major level just at that 52. It was the start of 52k. So we've been talking about 52, in between 52, 54k being a major level of resistance. But what I was also talking about is also looking at the VPVR. It was looking pretty good looking at the daily, because we were getting above the biggest cluster of volume, just right there. It was around about the 49.5, 50k levels, and we backed down again. But it's not the exact level over here. It basically is the cluster of volume, right? It is a range. It can't be exact. So yeah, anyway, that's just my take here looking at this on Bitcoin. Let me go through the comment section and we'll analyze here some cryptos. Any popcorn, says Mark Dutch. I actually I'll have to eat popcorn one day on a live stream with you guys. The market is really a bit confusing right now. Will be interesting what happens next. I'm waiting for Link to go up. Right, for TA on Link, press popcorn. Okay, right. Link, Chainlink. We analyzed the situation with Chainlink about breaking a major level, which was around about the $24. It was not breaking out successfully. I was looking at this potential double bottom, Adam and Eve pattern. It just failed miserably here at this major box. Okay, it failed miserably and started to come back down again. So yeah, no double bottom right there happening anytime soon. We failed miserably here at the resistance breakout. So yeah, it's just not happening. It's not happening just yet. Now there is a possibility, and it won't be nice at all. It won't be nice to see, but there is a possibility, like I said, of Chainlink to retest the summer lows. All right. It could happen. We could come down to $14, $13 in the next coming days, weeks. It could happen, all right? This won't get me bearish. It will shake out a lot of hands. It will get a lot of people depressed, a lot of people worried. But like I said, Chainlink likes to do huge double bottoms after a few months, all right? And I'm not going to pull out the chart again because it just takes a few minutes to analyze that situation. And let's just get it out. Let's just get it out of the way, because there is this theory, okay, that I believe could happen, all right? And a lot of you must have seen this a few times. I'm just going to do super quickly, all right? Super quickly here. And it's these double bottoms, guys, right? So this is the logarithmic Chainlink chart on the daily since 2018, all right? It's had a massive run up, okay? There's nothing bearish about this chart. And you see these double bottoms that you do create after breaking all-time highs here for Chainlink, right? You break the highs here, make all-time highs, you create massive double bottom. In this case, it's triple bottom, but then you break the highs again, and then another massive double bottom right over here before you start running up. So I think this potential scenario is very likely also. So even though we do come down to $14, which is the summer low, I'm not going to be bearish on Chainlink. It's still going to be looking very good. It might be one of the best buying opportunities because history has proven so with this massive macro trend. Now, a lot of people might disagree with this. You know, it has nothing to do. Stop looking at price history. You know, things are changing. We're going to go into a massive bearish market because stocks are getting, you know, overbought, and it's going to have a massive crash, and, you know, all of this nonsense. And I strongly believe Chainlink is still in a massive big uptrend, and it's still the team's very active, working product, a lot of partnerships. It's just, I think it's just a recipe, of going to higher levels. This right over here, this consolidation, just like what happened right over here on Chainlink, right over here, same scenario, but happening right over here in a bigger scale, similar to this scenario and this one. So anyway, yeah, just not going to talk about this much more because we've just basically analyzed that situation for many times, and I don't want to get people bored. Immediate short term, there is that scenario if Bitcoin does have that volatility down to sub 45k levels, 43, 42, a little bit of volatility around that range. I do see a price push down to Chainlink, and it might be a great buying opportunity in my opinion. This is if this happens. So yeah, that's my take on Chainlink. Showtime, we are live. Yes, Shaf, welcome. Hello guys. When 100k, Andy, says Mirza. I think it's not going to be anytime soon. Anytime soon, no. Not anytime soon, 100k. Will it be this cycle? The thing is, I believe so, that we're not going to see a bear market like we did back then, because back in 2017, when we had the blow off top, just because of mass adoption, guys, a lot of people think things have changed. There's no such thing as 4-year cycles, in my opinion, because cycle from bottom to peak has been taking longer every single cycle. Now, the 4-year cycle theory is because of the halvening, okay? Halvening is every 4 years, but not the cycles, okay? So it's a little bit of mixed sentiment there with the 4-year cycle. It's not true, because every single cycle from the bottom to the peak has taken longer every single time. You can just take a look at this chart. This is the weekly bars, and you can take it from the local bottom to the top. It's just taken longer every single time. From bottom, okay, from the ultimate bottom to the ultimate high, and from the high to bottom, it's just taken longer every single time. So there's no such thing as 4-year cycles, because third cycle has been longer than second, and second has been longer than the first one. People get mixed up the 4-year cycles with the 4-year halvening. Every 4 years there's a halvening, and that does have a price impact, okay, on Bitcoin after several months. So it does make sense. Like I said, I'm sticking to this ever since we had the crash back in May. It just didn't make sense. I've been sticking to this, and I will stick to this till first, second quarter of 2022, which I do strongly believe that we'll still have that run up. Now it's going to be boring, guys. We need a lot of liquidity. It's going to be boring. We're going to have those corrections. It's just going to take longer and longer because the market is more mature. It's harder to push the price down, and it's harder to push the price up. So it's just going to be very, very, very boring and volatile till we see bigger price movements. Also, we do need those institutions. I'm actually tired, okay, and I'll be one of them saying ETF getting approved, institutions coming in, billions and billions, even trillions are going to come into the market, and it's just not happening. It's not happening right now. It's just not happening. But it is growing, guys. It's only over 200 million worldwide that we are using cryptocurrency, and I'll go through that super chat right away. But it is growing, guys. I will get the mass adoption chart out. I keep forgetting to bring that mass adoption chart out because it's looking really, really good. By 2024, we should be over 1 billion users. It's just over 200 million. So it's going to do a 5x in utility, okay? People using the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin wallets and crypto wallets, and doing transactions in less than 4 years, actually. Sorry, in less than 3 years. I mean, I'm talking to you about a mass adoption chart there I looked at the beginning of the year, and we should be around about 250 million users approximately. So about a 4x by 2024, which is insane. And you cannot fight the trend. You cannot fight the mass adoption trend. So definitely all of these big cryptos with a great utility are going to do extremely well. There are some gems out there. There are some gems in the gaming space, metaverse space, but you know, new technologies such as Saito, this one is an absolute gem. Let me just take a look at the market cap on this one. It's ranked 554, 73 million, and this one could go to a couple of billion, guys. This is in my opinion, a 20x gem, and I think it's crazy to see people on YouTube talking about 100x gems, my 1000x. They do this because of the views, guys. I do it also on the thumbnails. We've got to be totally transparent here, but I think it's a little bit ridiculous to do this because nothing is guaranteed. You need to take a look at good projects, new technologies, good team, and this one pays you know, peer-to-peer network instead of mining and staking holders. It's a different system of layer 1 blockchain, and I think it's an absolute gem. This one will be doing very, very well, and these are the ones that you want to get in. And we're going to talk about a 10x potential or a 20x potential. I think it's crazy saying, you know, this could do 100x. Yeah, some YouTubers out there get me on my nerves, and I'm one of them, guys. Just being super transparent. I lost 100k today. Should I short or long Dodo? Whoa, you lost 100k. I hope that is 100k of a token that's not valued too much. I hope you are super wealthy. Lauren, how are you doing? Should I short or long Dodo? Let's take a look at Dodo. I think Dodo is a decentralized exchange. This is retesting the summer lows. This is not looking too great. Not looking too great at all. Long time since we haven't analyzed this. This one's not looking great. It's like forming a massive descending kind of, not a descending triangle here, not the best looking one, but it is making lower highs. It's not looking great. This one had a massive hype. Not looking great. I mean, to start becoming bullish on this, we would have to start a new structure. We're basically retesting the lows. We'd have to break these highs, which is at $2. Very hard to say on this one. We might be sitting at a very solid level here. Taking a look at the volume profile, you know, I guess it's a very strong level here. Let me just yeah, looking at this one, solid support on Dodo around the 80 cents. Sorry, yeah. So should you short it? I'm not sure if you should actually, because this could be the bottom. You could be having a pretty nice bounce from these levels. This is what usually happens when you have this you know, massive consolidation range right there. You just create a double bottom and have a small bounce. Absolutely crazy volatility on this. Right, let me take a look at the super chat right away. Yeah, I'm not forgetting the super chat. Let me just take a quick look at the super chats here, both from Shaf and from Clinton. Okay, Shaf, could you check link again, please? Andy, oh my goodness, are you serious? Let's take a look at link here quickly, and you know, short-term major analysis here on link. It's very hard to say. We are just getting heavily rejected from a big zone here on Chainlink, and we could come down to the summer lows. It is possible. Okay, we almost hit that. I think the most bearish case scenario would be retesting the lows here that we created on the 4th of December and slightly going below. In the case of Chainlink, it would be hitting that $13-14, okay? And this will be the moment where people get extremely scared and panic, all right? And in my opinion, it's a very solid level. I don't see Chainlink dropping below this range, okay? We do have solid VPVR here, a lot of volume, a lot of bounces, a lot of consolidations around that area. So, I mean, this is what I think could happen on Chainlink in the medium short term. Currently in a downtrend, we are basically just getting that relief rally. It is true that we have broken here potentially these this lower high major resistance. Okay, just looking at this chart. Right, so lower highs right there. You broke out, you go sideways, you break out, and what could happen now after the breakout, after people becoming extremely bullish, is that you have that one last dip before you start going up. It does make sense that for that to happen actually. I would become extremely bullish on Chainlink if we do break out from $24. If we do break above the $24, where we have been stopping as support and resistance here for a long time, it's going to be looking, look, this is where we got currently rejected. So getting above that level is definitely very good. Any type of bounce there is going to be a great trade, a great scalp there, even though if it takes a couple of days, you know, because this is the 4-hourly chart. It's going to be, if we do break this level with volume, it's just, I think on the first bounce, it is a get in, you know, with a 80% probability of having a success trade to retest the highs. Because that's what the assets like to do, right? When you break down below a major support level, which is this one right here, you break down with volume, you wait patiently till you come up and retest the area, you short there, and you come down. And volume helps. You retest the lows, basically. You are retesting the lows. This is where you get out. So if that happens, you know, it's easy to explain. It's easy to see. It's hard to execute. I know that. But yeah, but if you do break here successfully, if you come down, it might be quick. It might be in 1 hour. It might be in 10 days where you retrace down to these levels. But it's very likely if you do see a little bit of parabolic action here, you know, depending on when that happens. Because now we do not know if we are going to come down or up, right? Looking at this Chainlink chart, what we do know is that we have strong levels, and in the case of Chainlink, $24 is a strong level. So if you do break that level successfully and you come back down and retest it, no matter if it takes 1 day or 5 days, if you enter a trade there and you have a pretty tight stop loss here, okay, you know, at least a couple of dollars away from your potential entry there, you have a very high probability on a winning trade there. So that is just my analysis. What we do not know that we might, because we've been hitting this resistance twice right now, not managing to break it on the second attempt, we could see much lower levels for Chainlink. So that's my short term, but it won't last long, guys. In my opinion, it won't last long. Shaf, Clinton, thanks for the $5 super chat. Farm insane run up. Thoughts? Let's take a look at Farm. Is this super Farm or is it just Farm? Oh, I think Harvest Finance. Okay. What has happened to this one? I have done no research on this one whatsoever, but yeah, this one basically exploded just yesterday. This one did over 100% pump. What is it? 100 and yeah, almost about a 200%, almost a 200% pump yesterday. Definitely broken structure here. But yeah, I would be careful with these ones because I have no idea what has happened to this one. I've done no research whatsoever on this. Down 20% today. Right now, it's just had an explosive move. I think this one's got to do with yield farming. I've done no research on this one. I have seen it before. I'll actually I'll take a look at it. I have seen it before, but I've done no research. I think this is very speculative yield farming, and I think it's very dangerous, where you can get insane APYs by farming the token, but the token could have a massive devaluation, and that's what's just happened to this one basically. Yeah, no opinion on that, but I will take a look at the system that they've got for the rewards and APYs. Hi, Bitcoin back to bullish. Immediate short term. Well, yeah, I mean, the only reason, like I said, I'm expecting this bounce, okay, and I will re-enter a trade at some point, or depending on the kind of price action. If we come to lower levels, I would like to place another long position. One of the reasons why I think that we are going to get some support, okay, there is that scenario that we do create a kind of similar scenario like this, where we do have, like I said, guys, high volume on these drops. A lot of the time when you've already had a major drop, when you've had high volume like this, at the very end of a trend, this is a very end of a trend, right? It has been going down like this, just like here, it has been going down. When you have high volume at a very end of a trend, a lot of the times it indicates a bottom or it indicates a top in the case of having high volume at the top of a trend. But it doesn't mean that you could have slightly volatility, okay, to the downside, like what happened here. I remember I was there live every single day, okay, with YouTube, and I was still bullish, guys. I was still bullish. I started to doubt right over here, just here. There was a little bit of doubt. I was still bullish though. I was a little bit of doubt there, and this was the moment where we got that insane bounce. So I think it could happen. We need to, these institutions, these big players need to trick the retail, okay? Me and you are retail. Technical analysis is fun, okay? It is fun, but in the end of the day, they will trick you, they will break, they will make fake outs, and they will do all sorts of things. So you think you are bearish, and then it's going to be the most bullish moment, and on the most bullish moment, it will be bearish in the end. So why my conclusion here is that they are going to trick us to the downside. We are going to give, let the bears, be happy and have that volatility to the downside, just like we did have right over here. And that is we might get a massive bounce from here, and one of the only reasons that we might get a bounce from here is because apart from the VPVR, where we do have that solid volume, okay, it doesn't take a genius to know that this is a very, very solid area, and it might be that we might be very, very close to the bottom, okay, if 41k range was not the bottom to get that bounce. I'm just trying to get into the best buying opportunity, okay, just like here. But I hope I do not miss out. I already closed the trade at just slightly above from the levels that we are right now, and in a small profit, because I thought I could get in better levels. I hope I do not make the same mistake that I did here, where I had orders at 38k just to get that last wick volatility, and I missed out big time because we went really parabolic here. It went parabolic. It just took over a week here to go extremely parabolic, and I would have made insane gains. I was extremely bullish here, but I missed out big time. The same here, I'm bullish, but I want to get into lower levels, and then we might see some crazy action. I do not want to miss this action, because I believe so it will happen. It will happen. I just have a strong feeling that we might have slightly volatility to the downside first, and I want to try and catch those dips. But yeah, our best strategy, like I said, in this case, at the bottom end is just enter a trade. Whatever if you got $10,000 to trade with, spare $10,000, okay, and you put, enter a trade of 1,000 or 1,500. If we do dip low, if we do dip a couple of thousand, you add up to your position, so then you lay it down. If you are planning to risk $10,000 in this case. And so yeah, just ladder in your position, because I think that bounce is inevitable, guys. Looking at this chart, well, I've been talking about this now for weeks, and it's funny because on my last video you can see someone saying this guy is bearish, and we dropped from 69k, and it's funny because yeah, it was all-time highs, and this was only last month, okay? And of course, you need to be bullish when you are correcting. You cannot be bullish here, because if you are bullish here, you are getting absolutely wrecked, right? And it's funny sometimes on these comment sections. I was bullish all the way down here, and it was insane how many people were calling for this is it, this is the bear market, we're getting a dead cat bounce if we do have, and we are just continuing to the downside. And I was extremely bullish. You can check out the videos from back in the summer, and I was talking about the lengthening cycles and how strong this level should be, also holding as support, and we just got those little wicks to the downside. And I remember people were just bashing, it's over, just leave it. We are in a bear market. And because I was a strong believer of length, market cycle lengthening, I was getting bashed in the comment section. You can take a look at a few videos, and it was insane how the bears, absolutely, it's absolutely crazy how they bash you in the comment section. But it turns out to be that after a few months, this was the best buying opportunity. It was the best buying opportunity, and I stuck to my bullish prediction ever since, even though we had that volatility to the downside. So I'm sticking to my prediction. We do have some pretty solid levels, guys, and looking at the macro, we got the lower highs, and we are basically retesting the support right now. Okay, the resistance turning it into support. It is simple, guys. It is really, really simple. It's not simple to believe that you're in a bear market, because also you are creating higher lows right there. Okay, you are creating higher lows all the way to $40,000, even $39,000, which we are got the low there. It's still an uptrend on the macro, even though you retest here. But it's a hard work. I mean, I want to see those guys again, and I'll be here to say I'm wrong if I am wrong. But I want to see those guys as soon as we start bouncing here, and if we do come all the way to all-time highs, all those people that were extremely bearish here, I would like to see them. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Bitcoin, guys. Right, let's take a look. Check Zilliqa, says Christos. Why not? Let's take a look at Zilliqa. Only hopium, thanks. Right, let me just take a look, guys. 1 second. And if you are interested in trading, okay, on Bybit you got the best bonus available. You got it on Femex also, and they are both excellent platforms with a huge amount of liquidity. You get up to $4,100 worth of bonus. This is another way to support the channel. I get a small commission, and this allows me to make loads of videos every single day and live stream and analyze the chart with you guys. So said that, guys, you got the best bonuses. You can use the links down below in the description to get the best bonus available and support the channel. Let's take a look at Zilliqa. Keeping it simple here with Zilliqa, we are hitting a major resistance zone. Zilliqa did retest the lows here from the summer. Right, we retested that insane support level, and that bounce was basically imminent. We were talking about summer lows. A lot of them were dipping slightly below. A lot of them were just touching it, almost touching it. And we talked about this zone being an area where you are going to get that bounce, right? The bounce has happened. It seems like there's still a little bit of bearish sentiment. We need to analyze Bitcoin to analyze the altcoins, and analyzing Bitcoin. And if we do have that volatility to the downside, a lot of the altcoins, such as Zilliqa or any other altcoin, 90 or 95% of the altcoins are going to get that impact to the downside. So worst case scenario would be having that scary volatility to slightly create a low here and get that bounce. Okay, that will be that scary moment. It will be that scary moment where people get extremely bearish. A lot of people opening shorts because of breakout trading, and then you are going to get that potential bounce. If Zilliqa does manage to get above this level, it's going to be very, very bullish. we don't have too much resistance above us, all the way up to about 12 cents. So if we do break 8.55, yeah, about 9 cents approximately, this box area, if we do break it, okay, where we have had these consolidations right there, if we start making some pretty nice price action, any type of retracement will be good, because a major leg up will be very, very likely if we do successfully break the above the 9 cents range. In between 8 and 9 cents, we want to see a nice solid daily candle breakout. And I think, we'll be potentially retesting this higher low major support level into resistance. We're just struggling to get above this box over here, as you can see. If we do manage to get above it, we'll be seeing a pretty nice leg up, in my opinion, on Zilliqa. And if we take a look at the total crypto market cap, been looking at this one for ages now, and on the weekly this one's looking absolutely great. It's just taking a long. It's just going to be boring, guys. It's going to be boring the next few months. I think the growth will be good. I think we'll be going a little bit parabolic at the very end of the potential cycle if it continues, and to get up there, it's just going to be boring. It's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down. And total crypto market cap is indicating me we're just shifting here. So all-time highs here on altcoins will happen in the next few weeks. This is just the second candle here. It may potentially going to end in the red or slightly in the red by Sunday. And the next few weeks is very, very likely going to have this kind of action to the upside. It's just very, very likely. Looking at these round formations, right? We need to try and anticipate with the price action and candlesticks these bottoms, all right? And we do have solid resistance support there, and cryptocurrency is still trending. When you see this kind of Ethereum wallets, okay, number of non-zero addresses is growing every single day. It's not every single week, it's every single day. This price, this line here, this chart in the blue is the non-zero addresses. So back in 2018, they were only, just above 10 million, even under 10 million wallets holding Ethereum, okay? In just about 3-4 years, we have 7x, over 7x, okay, from that range. And it's just growing and growing. So yeah, I mean that is bullish. It's cryptocurrency is trending, Ethereum is trending, Bitcoin is trending. So I think we're not going to see those kind of bear markets that we saw before, where you do have a massive crash and it takes years to grow. That's only my opinion. We will see bear markets, but they're going to be mainly monthly, and they're not going to be 90% corrections. There will be for a lot of altcoins, but not in the case of Bitcoin and Ethereum, in my opinion. So we can analyze Ethereum, guys, if you want. Also, we can analyze Ethereum. Shaf, IOTA, please, Andy, but only share the good news. Let's take a look at IOTA. Only share the good news. You want some hype, I guess. Only hype. This one's looking great. IOTA is looking absolutely great. IOTA does not go with blockchain. It is a similar technology like Phantom. Okay, similar technology as Phantom and Constellation. And this one's having a pretty nice bounce from the summer lows. Oh no, not the summer lows, sorry. From another support area where we were getting bounced several times. And it's having a pretty nice bounce. I only have this on the chart, and it looks pretty weird here. I've got a price target here on IOTA, all right? I think this, this analysis on IOTA is basically a massive run up right there, and on this lower high trend line, you have formed here a kind of a very, very strange inverse head and shoulder, right? when you're starting creating these higher lows right there. And you know, I had this price target, and the price target will be hit, I guess, with this kind of price action in the next coming weeks, but it basically got a little bit destroyed, retesting the resistance from the lower highs into support, even going to one of the most strongest support levels right over here with where this orange box is, and this is where we currently got a bounce. I think IOTA price action is looking pretty solid. I think we are basically going to retest these highs in the next coming weeks. Okay, so these highs are very much achievable in the next coming weeks for IOTA. I have no news on IOTA. Right, love from India. Hello, how are you doing? Is the volume low, says MC. Let's take a look at the volume on Bitcoin or on... Yeah, Bitcoin volume is low on the pump, potentially on this pump. Well, there's some volume. There is some volume. Hang on a second, let me take a look at the other chart here on Bitcoin on Coinbase. Right, guys, give me 1 second. 1 second, guys, because I need to modify something here, and I'll go through the comment section. Right, chat wants sushi, please. We discussed in Telegram yesterday. Let's take a look at sushi also for Shaf. I got loads amount of super chats from Shaf, so let's take a look at sushi then. Let's take a look at sushi straight away. And for sushi, sushi's having an insane run up. It's having a great run up. Sushi basically went slightly below the summer lows, and yeah, it is game on for sushi. Game on for sushi right now. Right, let me take a look at sushi. I think we do have another chart here with different support and resistance levels. We only have this one. So game on sushi. Massive. You know, this is the kind of action that I'm talking about, where you do slightly break the lows here that you have created, in this case in the summer. People get extremely scared, and that is the best moment where you could potentially place a trade, or actually you know, buy some sushi for the mid-long term. So it's already yeah, since the lows here from just a couple of weeks ago, this one's already done a 2x, and sushi is here to stay. Decentralized exchange, I think it's an absolutely great project, so it is gonna stay here. So just like Uniswap, you know, lower levels you go, the better for accumulation, because this will have its run up, and it's basically going to struggle right now at the $10 range. Sushi is just going to struggle at $10 because of this massive solid consolidation right there. So as soon as we break this level, it's going to be looking pretty good. I do see us getting resistance on sushi at this higher low range. If we do break this $10 major resistance zone, if we do break $10, I think we're going to have a leg up at $12, $13, where we are going to have, you know, resistance from the support. And also we do have this major resistance zone here from these highs. So if that happens, that is if we do not get heavily rejected from here. But we were talking about that potential bounce from this level. Like I said on a lot of the live streams, this is just basically a liquidity grab. It's basically a stop hunt where you get all of those extremely leveraged people here thinking that we are going to make this kind of price action, and I'm including myself here. And you have that liquidity grab here, and you then continue to the upside. So it's just how it works. Very difficult to analyze, very difficult to predict. But yeah, basically a few weeks ago, we were talking about this, you know, consolidation around this level here on, in the case of sushi. And Shaf, you must remember this, where we got where you just, you know, we're retesting the lows here, getting all that liquidity, getting all those stops, and having a massive bounce. So that was an insane area to long. And this area right now is a good place to take some profits, where you do have that solid support level, that solid consolidation. This is where it's not going to be easy for sushi to break $10, I'll tell you that. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Now, if you are interested in trading sushi or any other of these altcoins, you got the best bonus down below, guys, on Bybit and also on Femex. You can trade sushi on Femex also. It's up to $4,100 worth of bonus, guys. You need to take advantage of that opportunity, and you also supporting the channel because I get a small commission, guys. So please check why Mark smells like daffodils. Oh my goodness, why does Mark Dutch smell like daffodils? I have no clue. Mark Dutch, one of my best moderators. There you have him in the comment section. Great support from Mark Dutch. Right, let me just take a look at this super chat. Thoughts on 8 billion options Friday? Very good question, my man. Jason, 8 billion options on Friday. Well, I think there will be some volatility. This is what usually happens. You might see volatility to the upside, to the downside. And yeah, that's a very good question. My guess is Friday. What day is it today? Wednesday, Friday. Okay. I mean, the Friday is the 31st. We might not see too much movement as it's, New Year, and yeah, we might not see some big movements. Buying the dip, buying the dump, says 77 Tomies. Right, let's take a look at, we got request pumping, says Huffy. Let's take a look. Any panicked yet? Yes, I panicked. I sold out at a very small profit. I did close my trade, guys, at a small profit at around about 48k levels, where we were right now. So I entered at 46.5, so just small profit, because I did see that scenario from the video that I did talk about today. It is a possible scenario. Let's take a look at Request Network. I can see someone here in the comment section saying that Request is pumping. It is pumping a little bit, guys. Remember how I am extremely bullish on Request Network at these levels. Right, I guess a lot of you might remember right now why I am bullish at these levels on Request Network, and just keeping it simple, and we can take a look at any exchange because of their volume, guys, and the massive resistance that we got here. So I do see Request Network in the next coming weeks retesting the highs, maybe at least 80 cents. All right, so there is a potential 2x, in my opinion. You can basically double your money with Request Network, in my opinion, in the next coming weeks. And it's simple here by looking at this chart, because the selling pressure is getting absolutely exhausted and the volume is absolutely flat. Now, if you do see this kind of pump with this amount of volume, and you retrace all the way down to this volume over here, guys, just to keep it simple, it's very, very likely, I'm going to say 80% of a chance that we are going to have that pump at least to about 80 cents, in my opinion, for Request Network, at least to the top of the daily close right there. In the next coming weeks, we do not know exactly when, and this played out beautifully on IOTX. Let me just take a look at IOTX here. IOTX is having a little bit of a drop right now, but nothing to be worried about just yet. And this played out on IOTX right over here on this small pump right there. We had a small breakout and a large pump here. It's better on the 4-hourly chart because you do have a massive rejection, but you do break out here with some pretty solid volume, and you come back down to retest this area and have a massive pump then. Now this pump is absolutely crazy, insane, a huge amount of volume also on IOTX, and yeah, my prediction is the same on IOTX. it might be, this retracement might be a good opportunity. Might be a good opportunity on IOTX, because IOTX is another layer one. I'm not too the only thing about IOTX is I do know that just very low investors, I think it's something like I think there's only about 5 people or something like that that own 80% of the tokens or something like that, and this is really, really fishy for a project. I do not like that at all, when there's only just a couple of entities owning 90% of the tokens. They can manipulate the price very, very very easily if they do own. And I did read some comments on IOTX about this, where there's just a few entities that own something like 80 or 90% of the tokens, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, this is a little bit of a high risk one, but just by looking at chart analysis, everything indicates that this consolidation bouncing at this volume area is after this price action, you are going to have that second retest of the highs after this formation. It's just very, very likely, looking at the chart, in my opinion. So yeah, IOTX can be traded on Bybit also, guys. So yeah, if you want to support the channel and don't trade because I said, I hope you can do your own analysis and your own research, guys. I don't want anybody bashing me afterwards. So IOTX, there it is, always explicit. There's my analysis on IOTX. I think we're just having a little bit of a dip action here. Let me just analyze here the situation. Yeah, I mean, we can take a look at the 4 hourly. I think this is just a retracement. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful bottom right there. We went a little bit crazy. I think this is still just gonna do something like this. It's gonna start recovering again, by the looks of things, just by looking at price action and volume, guys, keeping it simple. What are your thoughts on Matic next year? I think Matic does have a chance to go to get up to about $10. It does have the chance. Now, I'm not going to give any price predictions. I know it will do well. I think, yeah, a 2-3x from now here on Matic is very, very possible. I'm not going to say it is guaranteed it's going to hit $10. Now, remember, Matic is about a 20 billion market capitalization. And if you ask me, guys, forget about Matic. Forget about Matic. I know a lot of projects are getting built up on Matic. Castor token is on top of Matic, and a Polygon Matic. But being realistic, guys, this is over 17 billion market capitalization, fully diluted, $25 billion. This one to do a 4x, it would have to go to about $100 billion, almost $100 billion and fully diluted. Is that going to happen? Is there going to be enough money pouring into this, this layer 2? Being realistic, guys, if you want to risk, I would say look for other layer 1s and layer 2s, because I know Matic is great, but Matic was great last year when it was trading at 2 cents. That was great. That was great, Matic. I remember Matic at 2 cents. I did not buy any because I didn't do much research, and I did see a lot of YouTubers, Crypto Zombie, shout out to him. He was talking about Matic when it was at, 1-2 cents. And I was like, okay. And then it started pumping like crazy just in January of 2021. This one did over 100x in just a matter of a few months, guys. And that was the moment you want to step in. It's just, you are going to do a 2, 3, 4x. At the most, in my opinion, especially in the next few months, at the most, guys. And Matic is a very solid project. Now, if you want to stay on the safe side, maybe, yeah, you want to put some money in here. But I would go with some that are a little bit more riskier, but the potential to the upside is absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness, Metastyle is going absolutely nuts right still, breaking the highs. And I just took profits on this. I hope we do have some kind of correction so I can add up to my tokens. Metastyle is going absolutely crazy. We got Saito, another L1, and Metis is, what's the market capitalization? I think it's less than 300 million. This one has an easy 10x. easy 10x in my opinion. I see this token going well above $1,000 in the next coming months, okay guys, and that is just my pure speculation price prediction, because there will have to be a lot of layer 2s built on top of Ethereum. A lot of projects are ERC20s. A lot of there is issues with the Ethereum blockchain, and we need these layer 2s, and everything's not going to go on Matic. I'll tell you that. There's going to be CK roll-ups. There's optimistic roll-up, which is Metis. I'm not sure how Loopring is doing, but this is another L2. This one's not doing too good right now, but it's already had an insane run up in October. This one was trading at 40 cents back, just 2 months ago, and it went all the way up to about $3 in a matter of 2 weeks, even less than that. I do see the very similar price action happening to Metis. Metis mainnet is live. It's working. Insane team. I mean, not financial advice, guys. Metis could go, could lose half of its value in just a couple of weeks. But just for that speculation, looking at these L2s and L1s, we want to get into, a lot of people might say, can you take a look at Loopring? Can you take a look at Phantom? Can you take a look at, Matic? Money has been made on those guys already. I'm sorry to say, the real money has been made on those tokens already. You want to look at Metis now, or something like Metis, which is going absolutely ballistic. Now, would I say to buy now? Well, no, it's at all-time highs. If it does start correcting, just like it did back here in the first couple of weeks of December, then I would say, I did say to a lot of my community that the 60 cent level, the $60 level was a very, very good buy zone right there, because of the resistance that we did create, a small double top there. Bounced beautifully, guys. It would have done a 3x on that already in just a matter of a week. But future for Matic, keeping it simple, I think Matic can go to $5-6 realistic. Okay, I'm not going to say $10. I think too much money needs to pour in the market. Now, if we do break the highs here, if we take a look at the fib levels and we get the highs from May, all the way down to the summer lows, we do have some Fibonacci projected moves. If we do solidly break the highs, which I do think is basically happening right now after this consolidation, and we got $4.2 here on Matic, hitting the 1.6 Fibonacci golden ratio right there of a target. Very, very possible to hit, very achievable, so realistic target right there. Another one a little bit more aggressive would be the $6.3, which is the 2.6 here. Those are fib levels after a large consolidation, breaking the highs, after creating this lows and a consolidation, breaking the highs. These are projected fib levels, and they are potentially very achievable. So in between $4 and $6 would be my target for the cycle. Realistic target, can it go to $10? Yes, of course. Realistic target, I would say in between $4 and $6. Keeping it realistic, guys. So a 2x, not much more than a 2-3x from the current levels. If you want real gains, you need to put, you need a risk on these cryptos such as Metis DAO. It's a layer 2, guys. It is a layer 2, so plenty of room for successful layer 2s. Bugatti, the moon. Carl from the moon got a Bugatti. He's here in the comment section. I was actually looking at the Twitter account on Carl from the moon. He actually got a Bugatti Veyron. Absolutely insane. Let's see Carl from the moon here. He just posted it here. He just bought a Bugatti Veyron. There he is. There he is with his Bugatti. Absolutely insane. Phew! Look at that. Absolutely insane. Right, guys, let me go through the comment section. Hasta la Casta. Icon is getting ready to break. What about VeChain? Only at 7 cents. VeChain did get massive resistance, I guess, at 10 cents. We talked about VeChain. Guys, I'm sorry to say, I did take profits on my VeChain when we were around these levels, okay? When we were hyped up here back in May. I bought VeChain in March of 2020. It was my best cryptocurrency buy. Did over a 50x on VeChain. And yeah, I did just take about 20% profits right here just before, because of the Bitcoin distribution phase. Just 20%. I'm holding 80% of my tokens that I did have, that I did buy back in March of 2020. But being realistic, I've done my research on VeChain, and VeChain is very unlikely to hit $1, guys, just because the supply chain hasn't got, you know, it's not over $100 billion. It's not above $80 billion actually. And there is 80 billion supply of VeChain, guys, being realistic. It's just not a token that is tracking the supply worldwide. The token's not going to be more valued than the actual supply chain industry, right? It just doesn't make any sense. It could be worth half, yes. So I would say, yeah, maybe 50 cent per VeChain. It's always been I said in between 50 cent and 75 cents would be a realistic target in the next coming months or years, okay? But for the moment, $1 I think is just a pipe dream, okay? It's just not possible, because the supply industry is just not over $100 billion. The daily supply industry. So let me take a look at Icon. Icon is one of those L1, okay, layer 1 blockchains. It has been dead. Sorry to say. I did not invest in this one. Is it ready to explode or not? Well, it is currently sitting at a major support level. We did see this ascending brawling wedge, okay, on Icon right there. And it finally lost steam right here. We were creating massive bearish divergence already, looking at the daily chart from here, okay, all the way started from September. So this round formation, like a clear distribution event right there, where you were slightly breaking the highs here, and then boom. Yeah, I think this area will be an accumulation zone for Icon. Very likely. We're currently above a major level, which is good. Currently above a major support level, as you can see here on the chart. So I think this range might be holding nicely where we're currently trading. I have no idea on Icon, the development, what's going on Icon. It's the South Korea blockchain project. And it's a shame, because I remember this one. What market capitalization has this got? I think it's just a billion or so. Yeah, just 1 billion, just on top of 1 billion. I think this one can do well. It can do well in the future. But yeah, I'm not too sure about the team, what's going on. Have they been developing? I'm not sure if this one's going to have an explosive breakout or not. So please take a look at Dots. Yes, of course. Which car do you own? Lambo? What car do I own? No, I do not know. I do not own a Lamborghini. I have a Volkswagen Golf, and I'm planning to hold it. I was planning to get Ford Mustang, but yeah, I just don't know. I prefer not having my money invested still. I want to make a few million before getting any expensive car. So yeah, I do not have a Lamborghini. I could get one, but yeah, no. I think I prefer, you know, I do see a lot of opportunities still here in crypto. So definitely not going to get a couple of $100,000 out of the investments. That is not going to happen. So yeah. Let's take a look at Phantom. I've got Olamide here asking for Phantom. Let's take a look at Phantom. Yeah, I'm not too into cars really that much. If you, I mean, if I had over $10 million, then yeah, I would probably get a Lamborghini. But yeah, if I need to at least buy 10 Lamborghinis to buy one, right? That's my idea on buying something. If I can buy 10, I will buy one. If I can buy 3, I won't buy one. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Golf is a great car. I've had it for yeah, about 4 years over. So the Ford Mustang is crap. I had one that and then sold it. It's like Bambi on ice. Is it really, Chris? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did think I'm getting a nice car, but I don't want to spend too much money on a car. Definitely not. Definitely not. Phantom price prediction by the end. If Bitcoin hits 110,000, Mustang is value for money. Yeah, I mean, thank you, great advice. Yeah, if you can buy 10 of something, you can buy one, right? If you can buy 3 or 4, don't buy it, because that is a strategy that I use for women. Mark Dutch. Oh, right. Let's take a look at Phantom, because Phantom is doing absolutely great. We analyze Phantom, and what we did see for Phantom is, you know, this kind of bump and run scenario right there, where you do create slightly lows here, and then you have that bump phase here where the high volume. And like I said for you guys, a lot of the times when you do create high volume at like a very end of a trend, right? Very end of a trend right over here, and you do have a spike in volume after coming down for a few weeks, it's very, very likely to be a local bottom, right? I do explain this a lot of the times, and this is what happened on Phantom. We were analyzing Phantom here being, you know, very, very likely to have that run up, because we were getting supported nicely from this zone here that we did mark, and also we were going sideways. And I would say just stay cautious with Phantom after this run up, because, you know, keeping it simple here, looking at the RSI, you are creating bearish divergence on the 4 hourly. Okay, I think it's likely that Phantom will come back down to retest the $2 180 range. Okay guys, so stay cautious on this. We've got bearish divergence after this run up. You don't want to buy here, you want to buy on that potential correction, right? So yeah, keeping it simple here for Phantom. After this run up, it is very, very likely, guys, with these bearish divergence on the 4 hourly, keeping it simple, we might correct down to at least the $2 in my opinion. So if we start consolidation at that range, we do have a very, very solid area of support on Phantom. So if we do come down at this level range in the next coming days, it's going to be a buy zone, very, very likely. So that's my take on Phantom. Right, let's take a look at the comment section here. What we got? Where's the weed at, Mr. Juice? Right, let's take a look at some. BTC is coming down again. Are we going for a final dip? Says Beck Coben. Right, final dip on Bitcoin. I mean, like I said in today's video, there is a possibility of Bitcoin making this kind of price action, right? Okay, it is very, very possible, and we can see that we are also creating these high lows, and this is where we are getting supported. So I think that slightly volatility, it is the end of the year, guys. I see January being extremely bullish, and you know, talking about the S&P 500, guys, if you watched one of my videos, was it yesterday's video talking about the S&P 500 and Bitcoin, okay, if we just pull out this chart and, you know, let's go through it, guys, because I think it's super important. It's super important to compare, you know, the S&P 500 now with right over here. I mean, this is on the daily. We just need to take a look at the last couple of months. All right, now in this case we got the S&P 500 in the orange. This is not Bitcoin, so let's just turn this turn this green, for example. No, not green. Let's turn it blue, and we got the S&P 500, and there has been correlation with the S&P 500. Okay, there has been correlation, you like it or not. Just one has been lagging behind the other. Does this mean now that Bitcoin's going to go down and the S&P is going to go up? In my opinion, I don't think so, guys. If there's been correlation for years on Bitcoin and stocks, they have been separating sometimes. But, you know, just for an example, looking at the last 6 months, okay, this is from July, we got the S&P 500 in the blue, and they peaked, you know, the same week they peaked right over here. The same week also they bottomed out, all right? The last week of September. Here it was a little bit more than a week. Well, no, it wasn't really, because Bitcoin did a high, Bitcoin did highs. S&P also, this was the same week also that they bottomed out. They have bottomed out also because, you know, if we take a look at the 4th of December, in the case of the S&P, it was the 1st and 2nd of December. Also, bottom on Bitcoin, bottom on the S&P, right? Now, what is happening right now on the S&P 500 is that it's pumping like crazy. It's breaking all-time highs. It's pumping like crazy from the 20th of December. Now, does this mean the correlation has finished? That you know, I think if the S&P 500 does consolidate, and you know by next week starts also continue to make all-time highs, then yeah, I think it's just very, very likely that Bitcoin will follow. Bitcoin will follow. It has been doing it during August, September. It has been doing it going down in the entire month of September. It has been doing it in October, and you know we have been peaking and bottoming out very, very close together. You know, we have been the bottom here the first couple of weeks of December. You got it right over here. What has happened right now is that S&P has pumped like crazy for the last week, but Bitcoin's just going sideways. So my conclusion is that we're just lagging behind, just like the S&P was lagging behind Bitcoin's pump here, because Bitcoin started pumping like crazy on the 30th of December. The S&P started pumping like crazy on 13th of October. So that's 13 days after Bitcoin, as you can see right over here on the chart, right? So is there a similar scenario here where we are going to see this kind of the correlation, you know, with lagging behind, right? I don't know, guys. Something interesting to analyze. Let me know your thoughts. S&P is high, Bitcoin is down, says Est Mario. Yeah, I know. This is why we are talking about Bitcoin lagging behind. Okay, so just like here. If you would have taken a look at Bitcoin on the 8th of October, you would say Bitcoin is high, S&P is down, right? Bitcoin is high, S&P is down, S&P is up, Bitcoin is down. So, but look what happened on the S&P. It followed up. It followed Bitcoin afterwards. Does this mean that now S&P is going to be the leader and will Bitcoin follow? It doesn't make any sense with the kind of correlation that there is, okay? And I'm going to explain this again because it's important. It seems like people take a little while to understand the situation. Do you think Bitcoin is going to go one way and the S&P is going to go another way? When the correlation is just insanely, you know, it's just, you can see the correlation in the blue and the candlesticks with Bitcoin and the S&P. So is Bitcoin going to take another direction now? I don't think so. Correlation has been going for a long time with the S&P. Right, guys. People pulling out for tax purposes before end of the year. I expect possible continue upward trend at start of new year. Sarah. Yes, this is exactly what I said in today's video, that it's very likely that they might be pushing the price down because of tax purposes. I think, they have to pay more tax in 2022. Tax has gone up by 2022. So people selling their Bitcoin or their assets, it's not in the case of the S&P 500, I'll tell you that, is making all-time highs by the end of the year. But maybe Bitcoin is one of the issues. So we might see a little bit of volatility still in between today and tomorrow till Friday. And I'm going to buy up, guys. I will be placing a massive long position if that happens. I'm actually thinking of starting to place some longs at these levels. I did close out a small profit. I did have a pretty excellent position, but I do have that gut feeling that would happen. Tax purposes. And also, we're going to have that scary volatility, okay, to get more people bearish. Something very similar to what happened in June and July, right over there. And then it's time to, it's game on January, guys. Start of the year, start of the speculation again. That is my opinion, guys. That is my opinion. Tom Renz, exactly, Andy. Thank you very much, my man. Bro, BTC is mooning. No, it's not. We have the charts in front. So yeah. Bitcoin dropping to 10k. Yeah, we need to see a lot of more people saying that. There's only a few of you out there saying Bitcoin's going to drop to 10k. So I want to see at least 20 people on Twitter or 30 saying Bitcoin's going down to 10k or it's going down below sub 10k. If you look at the probabilities, it's very, very unlikely Bitcoin goes down to 10k. I mean, there would have to be a massive black swan event. I think there would have to be a huge energy crisis where you would have to turn off the mining machines worldwide. So Bitcoin does go sub 10k. Seriously, why would it go down to 10k when you do see, there are some long-term hodlers selling a little bit now, but there are definitely much more buying pressure than selling pressure. It is what it is. If you take a look at the analytics of how supply and demand works, it just doesn't make any sense that Bitcoin will be going down. You'd have to see a huge amount of whales selling. I think the interest is higher in buying Bitcoin. And I know there's a lot of people willing to buy the dips, okay? So Bitcoin goes lower, it is a buying opportunity. So, yeah, going down below 10k, yeah, is not, I think it's a little bit ridiculous. It's like saying Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million in a couple of years. I think it's pretty ridiculous. I don't think it will go that low. I think Bitcoin bottom is 40k for near future. Highly doubt below that, says Sarah. I have very, very similar price prediction. Also, I do have a similar bottom. Like I said in today's video, I think a scenario like this, guys, and let me know, a scenario like this, it won't take longer because the dip hasn't been so sharp. But, next week or two, we could see that kind of price action on Bitcoin, where you slightly dip below the lows here. 41k, 40k, 42k is in the cards. If we do see those levels, I am going to buy up. I am going to buy in heavily, guys, and I know a lot of people will. The amount of buying orders that are below 40k level is absolutely crazy. So a lot of people think that flash crash is also possible, but I don't think it's possible because the amount of interest below 40k is just absolutely crazy. It's crazy. So it's just very unlikely that the price will drop at those levels. So Did Salvador buy the dip already? Mostly that means the end of BTC dip. No, Salvador doesn't have too much buying pressure. Salvador is just, yeah, I wouldn't rely too much on Salvador. I would do the opposite of what Salvador is doing. Because it doesn't have enough buying power. Okay, very small country, not wealthy at all. It would be nice to see, you know, big wealthy countries getting into Bitcoin. So, yeah, guys, this is going to be it for today's live stream, okay? I'm going to do another one tomorrow for sure. We're doing an update tomorrow, a live stream tomorrow. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, you know, Bybit, you get the best bonus available on Bybit and also on Femex, okay? If you check the Bitcoinsensus website, because here we post the latest technical analysis and news. Shiba Inu ends 2021 as the most viewed crypto of the year. So crypto interest, okay? Shiba Inu interest has been insane in 2022. So we post the latest news here on Bitcoinsensus website, so you can check it out, guys. Totally free information. Good way to support the channel. Good way to get an insane bonus. Bybit and Femex, okay? Best bonus available down below. Thank you guys for the insane support. Make sure to follow all our socials, and I will see you in the next one.